Hello guys and welcome again to my channel. So this is an opening act of a new series that we are going to have. And that is all about financial management. So my goal here is to explain to you what are the contents of this series, the financial management series. And actually, this is a major part of management services or management advisory services. But again, this series is not all about the total or the overall management advisory services. We're only going to tackle the financial management. All right? So, in order to understand this series, first of all, you have to have the right point of view. I'm sorry, it's raining outside. So, the point of view that we're going to take in this financial management series is of the financial manager. Okay? So, the topics are in line with that point of view. Like, for example, if you're a financial manager, you have to know how to compute for the cost of capital. So, the cost of capital is the cost of using others' funds. So, companies tend to borrow money, for example. It needs funds. The companies normally needs funds for expansion and for those companies that are only starting, so they have to have funds in order to start the operations. Okay? So, you have an obligation as a financial manager to select sources of funds with the lowest cost of capital. So, what is this cost of capital? Example, if you are going to loan from a bank, for example, you are gonna pay some interest. That is a cost of capital, the interest. Actually, cost of capital is in the rate format. So, for example, you have loaned 5 million from um, a particular bank. And that 5 million charges 10% interest. That 10% is the cost of capital already. So is this important? Yes, it is important because if ever you get funds and you know that you are paying for this cost of capital, let's say 10%, let's stick to that. That means you have to invest the money that you have borrowed to businesses or business opportunities, which will give you more than that cost of capital. Like let's say, for example, there is an opportunity, a business opportunity that gives 20% return on investment. You have to go with that because 20% is higher than the 10% cost of capital. Okay? So this is very important, especially when, again, selecting from alternatives, the business opportunities you have to select. Okay? So that's the first topic on the financial management series. And aside from which, after you got funds from sources with the lowest cost of capital, you have to invest it. So you have two options. You can invest it in long-term projects. So if you are going to invest it in long-term projects, you have to have knowledge about capital budgeting. So this is the name of the topic, capital budgeting. It meant that if you are to invest it in long-term projects, this capital budgeting will actually give you answers on how to evaluate long-term projects or long-term business opportunities. Like for example, it answers the question, how much is the initial cost of investment? So again, this capital budgeting will give you ideas on how to compute for the cost of investment. So it will answer that. And the next one is that, is there a return? So how much is the return? Is it profitable? Actually, the question is the business opportunity or project, is the project profitable? So in this particular topic, you'll answer this. And the third question is the payback period. How many years or how many months is the investment going to be returned? That's payback period. Okay? So actually these are the most important questions when you are to invest. Okay? So the cost of investment should be within your budget. The project should be profitable enough and the payback period should be short. For example, if there is a profitable business, personal. However, the payback period is 100 years. You will think twice, right? So, this is a topic also in the financial management. Again, you're a financial manager. So, you get the sources of funds with the lowest cost of capital. And if you got the sources, of course, if you are going to put it in long-term projects, you need to know about capital budgeting to answer these three and to choose among the alternatives. Okay? And you have the option also to invest it in short-term, short-term projects. For example, you invest it in your operations, short-term uh, opportunities. So if you're going to invest it in your company, you have to have, if we talk about this, you have to know cash management, cash management techniques. Okay? So I will not elaborate, but this is the small content of the cash management. How much cash are you going to keep in your company? Is it big? Is it small? But if it is not big, it is not small because you cannot have more cash. It's because you will have an opportunity loss or opportunity cost. Because if that cash has been invested, it should generate already return. But since you're keeping it as cash because you have large supply of cash in your company, then you are having some opportunity cost or opportunity losses. And you cannot keep very small cash because if example, there is an emergency, what will you use? So cash management answers the first question, how much cash to keep? Something like that. And then, on the cash management, if the company has inflows, how will you maximize the inflows? Maximize its efficiency. For example, the collection. How will you make the collection faster or the collection slower if you wanted to? But normally, in the cash management, it's better if the cash inflows um, goes to the company faster. Okay? So, that's on the cash management. And we will also talk about receivable management because it's not good also if ever you have lots of receivables because that means you will have a net income but all of it are receivables. It's still useless. Okay? Or else it's also not good if ever your receivables are too small because you might be sacrificing something. So this topics focuses on balance between benefit and cost of keeping too much cash, of keeping too much receivables, or something like that. But remember, you need to keep the balance between benefit and cost. Still, you have to manage it. Okay? And aside from receivable management, we're gonna talk about also the inventory management in this series. So inventory management, it's not also good to keep a lot of inventories, especially if those inventories are perishable. So you have to keep the balance again of inventory costs, the carrying costs. Because if you carry too much perishable products, like for example, agricultural products, which are perishable products, you will tend to have so much carrying cost because you need to refrigerate them, something like that. So you have to balance um, your inventories. Okay? Of course, there are a lot of issues here in the inventory management in which we are going to tackle in our next episodes also. Okay? And we have also the payables management. So when talk about accounts payables here, will you take the discount or not? Because sometimes you will be given a discount period that when you pay within 10 days, you're gonna enjoy 5% discount, something like that. So the question is, are you going to avail for the discount and pay within the discount period or not? Okay? Still, in these four topics, the balance of benefit and cost will be the ones that we're going to study. Okay? So that's for the short-term opportunities. And lastly, if ever you're a financial manager and the funds that you have gotten from the sources which has the lowest cost of capital for the company, it has already been invested in long-term projects or short-term projects. Um, has it been profitable? So that could be answered by this last topic, the financial statement analysis. In this financial statement analysis, this will present the results of your investments as a financial manager. Did we profit? Um, did our company become liquid? Meaning, if you say the company is liquid, the company will be able to meet its short-term obligations. Is the company solvent? Or that means, if the company is solvent, that means the company will be able to meet its long-term obligations. Okay? Or is the company profitable, liquid, solvent, or is it um, in the eyes of the public or potential investors, is it very attractive? That will be answered here on the financial statement analysis. So I guess we have 4, 5, 6, 7 topics only on the financial management series, and it covers this. Okay? If we have a bonus topic, that could be budgeting, short-term budgeting, if we have time. But basically, this is just a bonus topic. We're gonna have those things first. Okay? So, if you wanted to learn, stick to this series. Okay? There is a playlist for this financial management series. This is the first episode, and there are a lot of episodes relating to this one if you wanted to master financial management. Okay? So, are you ready? Let's take a look at the other episodes after this video. So, if you are still learning from this channel, you can click like, subscribe, and hit the notification bell and share this channel to those who need it. And see you on the next episode. Thank you.